Quasar E-Motorsports.
What's up, guys? Quasar here. It's been a while. We're going to jump back into the Buggy. So, if you watch some of the prior videos, you'll notice that we finished mounting the motor, we did the shaft, did a couple other things. The Buggy's going to need a little bit of love, but we don't have too far to go. I haven't really been able to post any videos. I've been super busy doing kits for the bikes that we did in the prior videos. You know, life things, working on the property. It's just been kind of a nightmare. But I'm caught up. Everything's working great here at home, and I'm going to go ahead and tackle this Buggy build. Alright, so the first order of business is going to be getting this battery into this frame. So after looking at it for a moment, I think the best option is going to be to load the battery in right here like a cassette. Boom. We'll probably do a latch system to latch the battery. I'm going to use some angle iron and go ahead and weld that up and get the battery fit in there. I'll make whatever bracketry is necessary to get it in there in a good way. And then we have this nice little platform, and the controller pretty much fits right on there. The bolt holes on one side of the controller is going to hang off a little bit, so we're going to have to extend this out a bit, but that will be a perfect spot for the controller. I think we'll probably take a bracket off the side or something like that to do the throttle, because this is a fly-by-wire style throttle. It has a mechanical twisting mechanism there that hooks to a cable that actuates, I believe, a hall sensor inside the throttle to let the controller know the position of the throttle. And it's pretty cool because it actually will still link right up to the pedal right there, so that should work out nicely. The latch, and what I've come up with is we're going to take a hinge, a heavy duty stainless hinge. We're going to hang it from this side over here. You need to get this drilled and tapped for the hinge to go on. We're going to take this latch right here and do another tab on the other side coming up with the grab, and that is going to hold this in. So let's go ahead and drill and tap these holes. That's looking pretty good. Got a functioning latch with stainless steel hinge, battery slides in and out. Flip this over, lock it down. It ain't going anywhere. Beautiful. Now we gotta get this mounted in the Buggy. We've got the box welded in. Made a little bracket there to give it some support. Over here it's actually sitting on the subframe there. So we just need to throw the battery in, put the latch on. Battery's locked in. So I have had to change of heart. Instead of putting the controller here, I'm going to put the throttle here. And I'm going to make some standoffs and mount the controller right there on the battery. That way I don't have to make this plate any larger, and that's actually just a better place for the throttle. The battery can be very close to the leads on the controller. I believe the harness, everything should fit just perfectly, and it's almost like it was made for it. So if you ask me, that looks pretty good. Alright, now we're going to make 4 10mm standoffs. Alrighty, I drilled and tapped the battery frame, added some lock nuts, or lock washers, sorry, and the spacers. She looks good. She's got a little bit of room to breathe, that way it doesn't get too hot, and you can zoom in here. The bolts don't go all the way through. It's perfect. If you ask me, that looks pretty good. Now we got to figure out the throttle, which should be quite easy. That's mounted on there, super solid. I'm gonna Loctite that, and it also has lock washers. Cool. The phase wires just barely fit. They do come up to where they need to go, and then I'm going to wrap that the phase wires with some wire loom, and should be ready to rock. So we're mounting the throttle now. As you can see, hopefully, the diameter of this little hole here is not quite matching the throttle cable we have, so we're going to have to make a custom part on the lathe to accept this throttle cable into this. So stay tuned. We need to make this part on the lathe to be able to get that throttle cable to fit into the throttle. Assuming the threading is correct. Boom. So we need to put a slit in this piece we just made right down the center for the cable to be able to slide in. I was going to use the slitting saw, but I don't really have a way to hold the tool, and my vise is too tall to be able to pull it off in the lathe, so I'm going to use fancy angle grinder. Well, what do you know? It fits perfect. Let's go ahead and hit the gas. Nice. Let off the gas. Oh, as I suspected, it doesn't fully retract. So we're going to have to drill a hole and install a spring so we can get that to return to its original position of being off. Otherwise, the throttle will be stuck on. Okay, so here's the solution. Go ahead and hit the throttle. Boom. Retract. All gravy. Let's just make sure. Yep. Throttle. All the way in. Now retract. All the way down. And I wrap the wire of the spring around itself so it doesn't come off, because that would be bad. All right. She ready to rock. This thing's gonna need some new tires because they have leaks. But all in all, it rips. We need to put a bigger sprocket on the front because it only does about 25 miles an hour right now. But everything works great. It's got so much torque, it spins both these tires with, barely any input. Map 1, it spins the tires. So once I get some different gearing on this thing, I think it's going to be pretty insane. We're only going to gear it for 35, maybe 40 miles an hour max. But it's going to have so much torque, it's just going to spin them. And it's going to be a blast. So yeah, that's what we've got now so far. We're waiting on some sprockets. Yeah, we'll see what it puts out once we get some proper gearing on it. Alright guys, so I did a little bit of work off camera. Currently the Buggy only does about 30 miles an hour. It's got a 14-tooth input sprocket and a 14-tooth output sprocket. So in order to get a little bit more speed, I had to take the original sprocket off of the QS 13890H with the tapered fitting that goes on the shaft. I turned down the sprocket, which took forever because it's hardened and it had teeth, so it was intermittent cuts all the way through, which took forever. And then I took the 18-tooth sprocket. I opened up the inner diameter to 37 millimeters. I finished this off at 37 millimeters and press fit this 18-tooth sprocket on there. I'm hoping to get 35 to 40 miles an hour, which would be plenty good for a buggy. We're not aiming for high speed. We want to keep it safe for kids and for reckless adults. So we're going to go ahead and get this welded up, and we're going to test it. So I got the new sprocket in there, and I was foolish enough to let my son test drive the buggy first. And this is what happened. The very last thing to do is to install some new rubber on the rear tires. The old ones leaked at the bead and had some tears. The new tires added a bit of diameter, which gave us a little more top speed. Then I installed the new rear brake rotor, and the buggy is ready to rip. If you want to see some videos of this thing ripping, stay tuned. Get it, get it, get it! This is actually really funny. I'm quite the sissy in a buggy. I'm not a very good passenger, and I freak out. And my kid, of course, he takes advantage of it.
You gotta trust your son, Dad.
It scares the shit out of me regardless. Okay. Easy now.
Dad, understood. I'm never gonna go easy.
Well, guys, that concludes the buggy build. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for future content.